Hi there, and welcome to our March marketing webinar. My name is Anna Louise, and I'm super excited to lead you through all things March marketing today. Okay, so our agenda of today is going over that March marketing theme, marching into spring, all things spring really. We'll of course also be discussing pertinent national food holidays, and as always, diving into the software for a couple minutes and wrapping up with that tip of the month. Okay, so again, our March theme, marching into spring. We're starting a new season on March 19th, which is really exciting. It's a great opportunity to promote seasonal items. Outdoor dining, if you're opening that again, even if you never closed it, things are finally beginning to warm up. And for those southern states, things aren't too hot yet. So it's a really wonderful time to start promoting that. Of course, we have March Madness coming up as well. This is a wonderful opportunity to capitalize on. I'll delve deeper in that in a second. And then, spring is really the start of a lot of different events, whether it be weddings, rehearsal dinners, graduation parties. If you have any private event space, this is a really wonderful time to begin promoting that. And I just have a few examples of some targeted posts based on the information I just shared with you. You see March Madness is here. Join us for our watch party. If your restaurant has, TVs and the like. Promoting St. Patrick's Day, which is coming up on March 17th. And then, a spring brunch menu. Along with outdoor dining and warmer weather, people are much more likely to kind of engage in those lazier weekends. And so just going over the objectives and kind of how we can achieve those based on the themes I just mentioned. Of course, we're always focusing on increasing foot traffic, and that does start with increasing web traffic, which leads me to mentioning those seasonal items that we'd love to see you promote if you have the opportunity. And even if you don't offer seasonal menu items, if you can kind of go back in your memory bank and think about what options were really successful spring last year, what are kind of guest favorites. It's a wonderful time to post a high quality image of that on your Instagram and remind people to come in and grab their spring favorites. Increasing traffic in a restaurant isn't always about people dining in with you. So if you do have, takeout options, online ordering options, this is definitely the time to promote that. I mentioned earlier, March Madness coming up. If you are not a restaurant that has, TVs, that's totally okay. You don't need to miss out on this opportunity. If you have online ordering or takeout options, it's a really great time to remind people of that. Even if you're not offering anything like a group special, just reminding people that their watch party is even better when you have the fuel, the fuel for their favorite games. So keep that in mind as you're going forward. And of course, seasonal trends, March seasonal trends, like I mentioned earlier, it's a lot of outdoor dining as this weather is beginning to warm up. Things like brunch as people are kind of getting back into the flow of things. We're coming to the end of the slow season for restaurants. So this is kind of the time people are snapping out of their post-holiday haze and excited to catch up with friends again. So just promoting those, high quality photos of brunch items if you offer that, outdoor seating, possible drink specials, bright photos of cocktails. We're always looking for ways to sort of beat the algorithm. And just a really tried and true method is always bright photos of different food and drink options. And of course, another seasonal thing I would be remiss to forget would be St. Patrick's Day coming up on March 17th. It's a Sunday, so if you're not open, of course, this doesn't apply to you. But if you are and you're wanting to run any sort of St. Patrick's Day specials, I would definitely recommend, not missing out on that. So just going over those March national food holidays, like I mentioned, St. Patrick's Day is coming up on Sunday, March 17th. On March 3rd, we have National Cold Cuts Day, March 9th, National Crab Day, March 17th, National Irish Food Day, March 27th, National World Whiskey Day, March 30th, National Hot Chicken Day, March 31st, National Oysters on the Half Shell Day, and again, March 31st, National Clam Day. So if you've got seafood, this is definitely the month for you to start promoting that. And just a reminder, if you're not looking to offer any sort of discount on items, you don't have to do that to promote and capitalize on these national food holidays. These are a really great excuse to promote menu items that maybe people forget about, or menu items that are really popular. it works either way, just kind of an excuse to post that and remind people to come on in and celebrate those holidays with you. Again, we have lots of opportunity for March marketing, from private events to March Madness to St. Patrick's Day, but these national food holidays are a really great way to fill out your campaign calendar throughout the rest of the year, or the rest of the month, excuse me. Okay. Now I'm going to dive into our software to discuss our tip of the month, which is utilizing homepage pop-ups. You see, I created a couple of examples here. One is promoting private event space. Again, I really recommend capitalizing off of that, this kind of kickoff to the event season. And of course, if you don't have private event space, but you do offer things like catering, you don't need to miss out on the event season starting up. It's, a really great opportunity to promote your catering options on your website. And, like I've mentioned several times already, March Madness is here. If you do have TVs, we highly recommend either promoting specials you already run on days that kind of coincide with games. If you want to have specific, March Madness options, using these homepage pop-ups are a really great way to remind people of either, things that you always have going on for you, whether that be private event space or kind of new seasonal things like March Madness. Another example of a homepage pop-up that you don't see here would be if your outdoor seating is popular, but you've closed it down for the winter, maybe you don't have heaters. If you want to promote on your website with a homepage pop-up that your outdoor dining is back open and running, that's another really great way to utilize this feature. Okay. I am just going to hop out of this and show you how to do that. So heading over to spillover.com and logging into your Engage, which again, you can do through spillover.com, client login, or head to admin.spillover.com. You can see right here, I have hopped into Murdoch's Irish Pub, our demo site. And I'm going to scroll down this navigation, and you see under website, we have pop-ups. And you see we have some past pop-ups that we've had up here. And I'm going to select a new pop-up. And I'm going to name my pop-up something easy for me to remember. I'm going to use that private event graphic that you saw. I'm going to click Enabled. And then, if you're promoting something like a St. Patrick's Day menu or special or March Madness, that would be a really great opportunity to have an end time for your pop-up, just so it's easy for you to remember. We're always trying to provide you with the easiest digital marketing solutions. That's our goal here. So I definitely recommend making use of this feature so that you don't have to remember, going in to change it later after a super busy weekend filled with basketball games or a very busy St. Patrick's Day. I'm promoting private event space, so this might be kind of a time where I wouldn't choose an end time. I might wait to see whether or not we've got a lot of bookings throughout the spring before I turn this off. Now, if that worries you, we do have this option for display times right here. You can see, this is the number of times that a pop-up will be displayed on your website. You don't have to use this. Our pop-ups, are very, very easy to click out of for guests. But if you are worried about that, you can select a number of times this is displayed. I'll select 1 for just the purposes of showing you all how to do that. And now to upload an image for the pop-up. I'm going to hit Insert Image right here. And there are a couple ways of doing this. Of course, you can upload from your media library, any post that you've used on Engage before or Synalysis. Our media library works across our software. Or you can upload something from your computer. So I'm going to hit Upload, choose a file, and then I'm going to go right to this private event graphic I created. And now this alternative description is definitely something important. We want to label and give alt descriptions to our photos. It does help with our SEO. So here I'm just going to put, event space. And you can choose your size for this pop-up. My pop-up is a square, so I'm going to make sure that these correlate. And then if you want to see how a pop-up will look on your website, you hit this little preview button. I can see, okay, I think that looks good. And you see right here, I have an option for a button. I highly recommend this. Might not always be necessary on a pop-up, but we are always trying to drive further traffic. So I definitely recommend linking something from your website onto this website homepage pop-up. So here it's going to be the event space tab. And to do that, you simply head over to your website and choose the link that you want to pull. So I'm going to choose private dining. Just copy this link. And then I'm going to head back over here. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I'm going to head back over to Engage, right-click this image, paste this in the URL, and then you can choose to offer the link to open in the current window. So it takes you straight from that pop-up on that current window, whether on your mobile or your computer, or you can choose for it to open a new window, so a new tab. I'm going to choose current window. It really is all about your preference. And again, I'm going to hit that preview. And if I hover over it, you can see on the bottom left-hand side of my screen, it has the correct URL that I chose. And now I'm going to hit save because it's ready to go. And if I head back to the Murdoch's homepage, you can see that right here, this is the first thing I'm going to see. And if I click anywhere on that graphic, it takes me straight to this private dining page. So again, this is a really great way to direct your guests to anything on your website you want to promote, whether again, like it's something you always have going for you, like private dining or catering, or those new specials you might be running based on your seasonal items for spring. So we definitely recommend making use of this. It's a very easy way to really get your guests to focus on something. Now, like I always want to do, I want to wrap up by going through our live trainings that we offer. Again, I just showed you how to do pop-ups. If you're someone who works better visually, we have this really useful knowledge base right here. You saw under support, I selected knowledge base. There's lots of different things that you can choose from in here. You can select our search guide. Or you can go through these categories. And one thing I did want to mention, when I did use a pop-up on Engage and I posted it to this website, because I posted it inside of our software, that's automatically saved in our media library. And that means that you can use that same post across all platforms. So again, I simply uploaded it like I normally would for a pop-up. And then if I head to my media library here, I can actually see, one second. There we go. I can actually see that image right here. As you can see, it's done by Alphabet. And I could use that, in an email. I can access this media library within an email. Or if I wanted to post on social media and head to social media here, that image is going to pop up in my media library there as well, even inside of a campaign post. So it's really easy to cross-promote. Okay. So again, if you work visually, I definitely recommend looking at our knowledge base. And of course, if you're looking for sort of a more in-depth training on different aspects of our software, again, under support, if you head to trainings and webinars, you probably went here to sign up for our webinar today, and you select live product training, you see we have lots of different sessions for you. Everything from social media management to managing reviews and surveys. Of course, we also have our Engage email and text marketing. So we have lots of different options here, including an Engage dashboard training, which really goes over the basics of Engage. These trainings are really wonderful. They're intimate. We cap the amount of seats at 5 so that you're able to ask, whoever's on that training with you, it's members of our team, specific questions, even pertaining to your restaurant and your specific needs. So I definitely recommend taking the time to peruse this and kind of see, what you might want to brush up on and what we can help you with. And of course, as always, if you have any questions about any of this, or you have hours changing, if you're open for St. Patrick's Day when you normally wouldn't be, just to remind you to reach out to us at support@spillover.com, and we're always happy to help. Okay, well, I cannot thank you enough for joining me today to discuss marching into spring. It's always very exciting to start a new season. And I'm wishing you luck. Thanks again for joining us.